Good morning, boys and girls. I am so happy to be with you. I hope everyone is well and healthy. I'm Ms. Purcells. I'm going to be with you today, Monday, March the 30th. So here we go. Let's get started. We're going to start off by talking about the main idea. And I have my chart paper here. And so you have these worksheets with you also. I just want to go over a couple of things that I think are real important. This second page of how to find the main idea before you read, during the reading, and after you read is very important. So, first of all, let's define the main idea. Um, what is the most important point Can you see that? Or what is the topic? So main idea is all about finding out what is this passage that I'm reading, what is it mostly about? Now, in the next sheet that I want to talk about the before you read, while you read, during reading, and then after you read. Before you read the title. Look through the text. See if you can tell what is this about that I'm fixing to read. Now, while you read, you want to ask yourself, is it fiction or nonfiction? And does it have those text features? Look for headings, titles, pictures that have captions under them, any diagrams. Those are going to lean toward your nonfiction reading. And look for words that are repeated. And then, of course, after you read, you need to think about what you read. Think about your topic. And then what examples support the main idea? And we're going to be looking at that in just a few minutes when we read through our little selection about Jackie Robinson. Now, the topic can be just one or two words. It doesn't have to be long, just one or two words. Like in our selection that we read before we left. about baby bears. The main topic was bears. They were talking about bears when they're young. So just a few words, baby bears. Now, what we have to read now is we're going to read this book about Jackie Robinson, and mine's already folded. So if you want to take a minute and fold yours, you certainly can. And I'm going to go ahead and start reading. Jackie Robinson was a brave man. He grew up in a time when the rules were not fair for African Americans. As a boy, people called him names, and he could not swim in the public swimming pool with the other white boys and girls. He was very good at sports. However, all the sports teams back then were white-only teams, meaning that black people couldn't play in sports. That all changed when he was offered a job playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Even though people said mean things about him, Jackie still did his best and proved to everyone that it should not matter what color you are. Now we want to look at our little summary page. I'm going to take this down for a second. Put this up here, me and my nifty music stand. So what is the main idea of what we just read? Who was it about? Well, the main idea is Jackie Robinson. So I'm going to write in a complete sentence. The main idea is Jackie Robinson. All right, now I'm not going to, we're not going to take the time to write the details in complete sentences because I'm going to run out of time. So what was one detail that we learned about Jackie Robinson? Well, I can go back, always go back into your text. I can go back into my text, and I know that he grew up when the rules weren't fair for African Americans. So, rules weren't fair because he was African American. All right, so there's our first detail. We've got detail number 1 down. If I can move that a little closer. All right, what is our second detail? What else did we learn about him? Well, we learned that he was very good at sports. Very good at sports. The teams were what? Teams were all white back then. And so he got a big chance when he was offered. Who did he end up playing for? He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And there we have our main idea, Jackie Robinson, and the 3 details that supported that. So to review main idea, what is the most important point that what you're reading is talking about? So remember, excuse me, before you read, you look at the title, you look through the text. While you're reading, you're asking yourself, is this fiction or is it nonfiction? Does it have words or ideas that are repeated throughout the selection? And then after you read, think about what you've read and what examples support the main idea. And remember that your topic is going to be only 1 or 2 words. So now we're going to move on to, I'm going to erase my board, and we're going to talk about suffixes. Today we're going to talk about, remember, a suffix gets added to the end of a word. So I'm going to turn this for just a second. Suffix. Today we're going to talk about ly, the suffix ly, which means to do things in a blank way. To do things, and to do things in a blank way. So if I do things in a slow way, then I would do them slowly. I just add the ly. If I do things every day, like we used to go to school every day, we did things daily. If I move very fast, I move quickly. So ly in most cases ends up making a word an adverb that tells more about a verb. Remember, adverb adds information to the verb. So let's look at our assignment that we have today that I'm going to do with you. What we want to do is, it says read the passage, circle the words that end in the suffix ly. So I'm going to move around here. Let's scoot this up a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. My baby brother acts badly on a daily basis. My mother quickly begins to act in a madly manner whenever he acts that way. Mom carefully thought of a good idea. She put my brother on a weekly behavior chart. Slowly but surely, my brother's behavior began to improve. My mom loudly announced to the family how well he was behaving, and my brother proudly grinned. Good job, baby brother. Now, there are 4 words that end. We're going to find 4 words that end in ly. So we have badly, daily, quickly, carefully, weakly, slowly, loudly. Let's see. My brother's behavior began to improve. Proudly. So now we want to pick 4 of the words. So I'm just going to pick these top 4. Badly, daily, quickly, and carefully. And we were going to write the words. So I'm going to write badly, quickly, daily, sorry, quickly, and carefully. And now what we're being asked to do is to write those words in alphabetical order, which we should not have any trouble doing that. Badly would go first because it starts with a B. Then C would come next, carefully. Then daily. And last but not least, quickly. So just remember that the suffix ly means to do things in a certain way. Quickly, slowly, daily, carefully, happily. All of those are words that have ly added to them. Okay. And we're off to math. In math, we're going to be talking about measurement. And different ways that you can measure things. There we go. All right. So we all know what this is. Everybody knows this is a ruler. One side of the ruler, the side that only has 12, that goes up to 12, those are inches. So one ruler is 12 inches long. But we also have on the other side numbers that go from 1 to 30. Those are centimeters. Centimeters are a lot smaller than inches. So we are going to be looking at other ways that we can measure if we don't have a ruler. So, for instance, there are several ways that I can measure an inch, roughly. I can estimate an inch. This whistle is about an inch long. A paper clip, which I have several over here somewhere. Where are my paper clips? Oh, they are. Under the computer. Paper clips are about an inch long. About an inch long. As you can see, if I can get my fingers out of the way. Paper clip there. Or if you bend your finger, this part of your knuckle right here, this part of your finger from one knuckle to the other is about an inch long. So those are some pretty cool ways that you can use to estimate and get a pretty close idea of how long or how wide something is. The next thing we want to talk about is our vocabulary. We just have some basic vocabulary to go over, and I think you have this in your packet as well. An inch is about the length of a thumb from, now they use their thumb, from the tip of the thumb to the first knuckle. So, oops, right here. So, I just like to use this part of my finger because I don't have to worry about fingernails and all that stuff adding length to it. A yard, well, a foot is about the length of a piece of paper. So this piece of paper is about, not quite. It's going to be about almost an inch. It's a little bit shorter than an inch, but shorter than a foot. But if you had to, you could use this paper to give you about what a foot is. A yard is about the width of a doorway. So if I was standing in my doorway, it would be about 36 inches long, because a yard is equal to 3 feet, and 3 feet equals 36 inches. And a centimeter is about the same width as the nail on your pinky finger. So from here over to here. Now, a meter is also about the width of a doorway. A meter is made up of 100 centimeters. So a yard is 36 inches, and a meter is about 100 centimeters. Well, it is 100 centimeters. Now, if we want to measure how long something is, oh, y'all see my cat back there. That's Calvin. Say hi, Calvin. If you want to measure how long something is, you measure it from one end to the other end. If you want to measure how wide something is, you're going to measure between. Like if I wanted to measure how wide this window is, I would measure from one side to the other. Now we're going to be talking about measuring things not with rulers, but in kind of non-standard ways. We call those non-standard units of measure. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure using the paper clips that are on this page. So all you're going to do is I can mark on my page where the spoon ends, and I'm going to, these are the paper clips that I'm going to count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paper clips. So this spoon is 7 paper clips long. All right. Here's our pen here is 1, 2, 3, 4 paper clips long. The paintbrush, I think, is the longest one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 paper clips long. And then the pencil is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 paper clips long. Well, hi, buddy. You're in the way. You gotta get down. Oh my goodness, you're big. All right. The watch is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paper clips long. We're just stopping at the end of the watch. And last but not least, our crayon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paper clips long. Now we're going to use meters. And you know our little units, when we place value units, those are about a centimeter long. So it's the exact same thing we're going to do. We're just going to count the blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this wrench is 14 blocks long. The crayon, we start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 blocks long. The key here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks long. The scissors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks long. And we can mark the end of the scissors. And here's the end of our paintbrush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the paintbrush. And last but not least, our comb. Our comb ends right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, 6 units. So there you have your introduction into measurement. We measured the length. We used both paper clips, which would be inches, and we used blocks, which would be centimeters. So I hope you guys have a really nice day. We miss you so much. I'll be so glad to see you all again. And if you have any trouble, just get in touch with your teacher. That's what we're here for. Love you guys. Bye.